Right. Hi, everyone. We are live. So, everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is LaShawn Jenkins with the Notary Institution, and I coach and I mentor Notary signing agents on how they get started. So, I'm always, my videos always wait for a few people to hop on in because I know how long it takes for social media to notify everyone that I am live. But tonight, I wanted to do a quick notary FAQ, basically, frequently asked questions, or also known as Q&A sessions, on how I pretty much host it, where, this is the time you can ask your questions. Because to be honest, guys, I'm not always managing my comments myself, and it's so hard to individually really answer your questions. Like, I'm going to be 100% honest with you all. It's hard. And I'm going to tell you why it's so hard to answer sometimes the questions. And it's not that, not knowing, but for me, it's like sometimes too, I have more questions to ask. I want to know, okay, what state are you in? And, it's a lot of questions. It's questions I have to ask you so that I can make sure that I give you the right answer. So I do like to host live videos where I do Q&A sessions, where it allows you all to actually answer your questions and also get your questions answered. Because to be honest, I'm only one person, and we all know that if I was to spend time on the phone trying to talk to everybody, I will be exhausted and I wouldn't make it. So always say hi to everybody as they come on in. So let me say hi to my folks. And while I'm saying hi, make sure you all tell us where you coming from, where you watching from, and then also, tell me where you commission at. Tell me where you're at in the process of starting a notary signing agent business. Tell me if you just started, if you already been started, or tell me a little bit about yourself, because I like to know who you are, so that way I can make sure I can create some really great content for everybody, and that is my goal. So hey, Lamont, how are you? From Georgia, Veronica, Texas, San Antonio, Texas. Okay, Texas showing out. We got Tammy from Houston, Crystal from Atlanta, Miss Mr. Bailey. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Bailey from Houston, Georgia. Hey, Leslie, how are you? Texas, trying to get started with Ron. Miss Sarah, I don't do Ron, but I do know who can help you with Ron training. Actually, I won't actually put the link right up in here so we can just keep it moving. Ron is not my thing. Damn, what's wrong with hold on, what's wrong with my computer? My internet moving a little janky. Oh, okay. So what I do know about Ron, I do have Ron University. And that is basically teaching you how to start your Ron portion of it. So here I can actually kind of just go through it a little bit. Hey Candy, how are you? How you doing, Candy? So just a few disclaimers. So if you're on Facebook right now, and I believe if you're in the Facebook group specifically, only thing is you won't be able to see my links. So you will have to come on to YouTube, so that you can get the links and everything. And then also too, if you're on Facebook, you do have to give the streaming platform that I'm using permission so I can see your name. Because someone said hello everyone, but I don't know who said that. In the Indiana. Guys, I get tongue tied just in case. So if there's certain words I skip over, it's because I know I'm about to jack it all up. Let's see. I've seen someone today we're just getting started. So I actually kind of have a few questions on here from my inbox from on Instagram. And I think I might look at my Facebook, and I know I'm gonna go through the comments on YouTube and try to address some of the questions that were sent. But you all are welcome to put your questions in here. Let's see. They be updating this software all the time. I'm like looking like they keep changing things. So let's see. Oh, Arizona. I had missed Arizona. Oh, okay. So hold on. Let me put the Ron link in here. So this is for the Ron link, Miss Sarah. Hopefully you did get it. Hey Jennifer, how are you from California? How you feeling? All right, one second, real quick. Hold on. Hey, Sagacious, how are you? Oh, you know what? June. Oh, yeah. How you doing, beautiful? I'm going to the NNA conference. Yes. Only reason I want to go is because Samantha is going. But anyone that knows me, I really don't like being outside too much, and I don't like a whole bunch of crowds and people and stuff like that. I'm real like, and then especially with Corona going on, it's a little iffy now. But the NNA conference is if I'm not mistaken, I think it's May 5th. Hold on, don't I'm not even gonna sit up here and tell anybody that. One second. Turn on the fan and hand me a cup, please. Mm-hmm. We got the kids home. Hold on. Let me. I'm about to pull up this NNA conference date for you all because I don't know on top of my head right now. I think it's on my calendar though. Well, I know it is on my calendar. Thank you, Amari. Is that all? Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm putting up this conference. A little hot. All right. So NNA conference. So guys, I did. You know what? I didn't put it out, but I didn't know they put the message out. But the NNA conference actually has been canceled. The NNA conference actually has been canceled. It's going to be a virtual event, and it's actually taking place in June. So here's the link for it for anyone that wants to see the information on it's been canceled. But it's been canceled because coronavirus is going on. So and that's I was real skeptical like about that too because in my mind I'm thinking yeah it is virtual, and it's going to be in June. Yes, Miss Tammy, it's virtual. Yes, ma'am. It don't have a date though. I don't see a date on this website. Let me for but there's no date on there. I don't see. It just says June. It say more information coming soon. Mama, I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of people anyway. Like to be at an event with Corona going down. I just don't know about all that. I wasn't gonna be a fan of it. But I was gonna go because I was gonna go and support I did want to meet people, but also too, Samantha, my co-host for Signing and Sealed. I was gonna go with her, to support her, but anybody know me, I'm not a fan of all that. I'm not a fan of people, a whole bunch of people. All right, so let me get into some of these questions. I see you, Sarah, but I do want to answer Miss Teles' question. So she said, I just started as well, waiting for my supplies, looking forward to anything you will share. Well, thank you, Miss Teles. I appreciate that. Miss Sarah, he said, how do you feel about Texas opening 100%? We've been open 100%. I don't know what the governor. We've been open. Texas really ain't never truly shut. I mean, you know what? I take that back. Texas probably shut down maybe for I don't know, maybe a month. I think we were shut down like March, half of April we were shut down. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Texas has been wide open since Corona. I don't Texas has not been shut down like that. I don't know what the 100% thing is, but Texas has been open for a minute now. To be honest with you, Miss Sarah. I don't think it will affect the work. To be honest, I mean, people now can go in the title company maybe. Yeah, Texas was not shut down. I don't know about Texas, like how the other states, because I know last year I was trying to plan a little vacation and I wasn't able to go because everything was shut down up north in Baltimore. But Texas has been wide open. I don't know. I feel like I had more fun during coronavirus than I did when it wasn't shut down. Like bars were open. I don't know. Everything was open in Texas for the most part. Now, only thing in my procedures might have been a little bit different. Even though I had went to the court office, they was open. So places been open in Texas. But I'm gonna hop into these comments because I've been kind of here for 10 minutes. So there's the NNA. I put the Ron training in there. I'm actually gonna put up these comments, but you all are welcome to start placing in some comments in here. I'm just trying to pull these up again because I thought I had it. Mm-hmm. I think it's fine. Just keep you and your family safe. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about being safe. Which I'm all for being safe. All for being safe. Hey, Miss Cleo, how are you? I'm doing fine. While I pull these comments up, I do want to let you all know about the event that we have coming up on Friday. This event will be a private event, so the only people that can get in is if you have the link. Um, if you have the link, so you have to register, and then the morning of, you will receive the link, so that way you can attend the live. Um, we're actually going to be going over protecting your notary business and like your brand. So we're going to cover like trademarks. We're also going to cover exactly when is the right time to set up your LLC. We're also going to, I think some steps on what you should do to protect your business. Let me make sure. It was a few things that she written down. She had wrote down in the email that she was going to come and talk to us about. I think my internet's going out. I think so. My internet's definitely going out. It's been like this all day though. All right, let me see. Pull up these comments that I haven't been able to respond to. Let me see. Yes, I can send the link again. I think my Wi-Fi had went out when that had went down when I sent the link. So I sent it, Crystal. Let me know if you see it or not. Because now I probably got to start getting on my phone and see or something. Let me see. Because what sometimes what happens is some reason it don't I don't see links, and sometimes you all can't see my links either. So let me see. Let me make sure. Because sometimes if I join in from my phone, I'll have to approve it. All right. So there we go. All right. So let me go into the questions. Yeah, the internet's definitely been a little janky. All right. Let me see. I'm just pulling up these questions real quick because I don't know what's going on. Mhm. Let me see. Then it's gonna show 500. Okay, so hold on, let me see. So one question that I have received was how much for a deposit do you take for general notary work appointments? And for anyone that may know, I'm always for general notary work appointments, always require some type of deposit for those appointments, for those loan signing appointments. To be honest, it's so important, so that way you don't have people stiff you. Now, if someone asked me the amount. To be honest, it just depending on really what you want to do. Um, I always make it enough to where so a person, if they do cancel, at least they know that they're going to lose out on a little bit of money. So the amount really will vary. Sometimes too, you could base it off of how much it is. So if you know if you're about to do a $300 job for general notary work, I mean, shoot, maybe so that you make sure $20 or maybe more if you want. As far as how much you should require for a deposit, but to be honest, as long as it's some type of money, a person is required to be on. There's no set amount that I ever required like that. Let's see. Okay, so someone said, I got my letter. I'm assuming they got their commission and they're still waiting on the commission packet. How long does it take to get your commission? So sometimes, to be honest, on how long it takes to get your commission, it's really state by state basis thing. Some states take a little bit longer than others, and some of that has to do with some states require training. Also, the process that the state takes. to where so when you submit your notary application. So honestly, it really does vary as far as like how long it will take to get your commission. Let me see. Another question that I know I always receive is how long does it take to get your first signing? And I want to be honest with you all. Sometimes, honestly, it really does. It depends. There's so many like different factors that come into play as far as when you'll get your first signing. Like it depends on where you're located at, how many notaries in the area, how many closings are actually taking place in that area. To be honest, there's a lot of different factors, but just to give you maybe a rough guideline, as long as you do the work, take your time and do the work, sign up for the companies that you're supposed to, make sure that your profiles are filled out. Honestly, it can take a good 30. You know what? I'm not going to say 30. I want to say it could take you at least 45 days to really receive your assignment. Sometimes a little bit longer. It can take you 3 months to receive your first assignment. And honestly, it really does depend on where you're located at. Like, to be honest, there's so many different factors that come into play. It depends on how many notary signing agents are actually working. Um, just to give you all some encouragement, I know sometimes people are like, well, there's so many notaries in my area, and I probably won't get the jobs. Especially like when you're in areas like such as like big cities. Like I know here we have Dallas, that's a big city. Austin's a big city. Houston's a big city. But sometimes with those bigger cities, just because you see all them notary signing agents on that website, don't mean all of them are working. Some of them are working, but some of them are only working with certain clients. To where, so to be honest, they're just on the website just to be on it, but they're getting their money. So there's so many different factors. So I always encourage people, even if you feel like there's so many signing agents in the area, still sign up and still do it, because to be honest, a signing agent can't be signing. People can't be everywhere. You can't do every closing. It's just not possible at all. How you doing, Kimberly? It's just not. It's not possible. In any type of way. Let's see. So, she said, "Where can I buy E&O insurance besides the NNA?" So, you can try something like Geico. I want to say State Farm. Is it State Farm? You can try Geico. Honestly, you can search E&O insurance, and you can find some signing companies. I know Byberg is a popular company now that signing agents are using. So there's a little different resources. I know with Geico, they do give you like the multi policy discount. So that's an idea that you can do. Hi, Elaine. How you doing? That's an idea for E&O insurance. Hey, T Love or T2 Love. So hopefully that answered your question, Miss Sarah. Let's see. I'm trying to get into the comments because sometimes I really don't have time to reply all the time. Mm. But you all to welcome. These are the time to get these questions answered. Ask them. And then she said, that's why. So Sarah said, that's why I chose Ron. I'm from a small town with the closest, largest town 50 miles away. So Ron is good too, but my thing is too with Ron is I always tell people to start off with doing notary work first, especially it really depends too. If you don't have no experience in this real estate community and you don't have no connections and ties, I say start off doing loan signings and build these connections with these companies so that way you can be once when you're already doing your Ron, you'll these companies will use you for the remote online notarization portion of it. So that's what I always recommend for people. Let me see. I'm trying to. Okay, so I don't know. Instagram had like updated, and I don't know what's going on here. I'm not even gonna bother because it's just hella really complicated. Let me see. Okay, so another question I was asked is when you're doing loan signings. Hey, Miss M&S Mobile Notary, how you doing? Another question I was asked is I wanted to know if I could print all my loan documents on legal size paper until I get a dual trade printer or letter size paper. Now, N- I don't recommend that, and that's only because I feel like the signing companies give you instructions to print something on letter. That's what you're supposed to do. That don't mean turn around and print it on legal. To be honest, I feel like it's very important to print the documents the way that is instructed to. I know some people say one thing. Now, if you're in situations where it was an emergency and maybe that's what you have to do, you can always call the signing company and confirm if that's okay. But if you are given specific instructions to print something on legal in letter size, I believe that's what you need to do. Miss Shauna asks, what's a good letter to email or to mail escrow title company? So I want to tell you something that I don't do stuff like that. I don't email, and I'm not emailing or mailing nothing. And the only reason I'm not doing that is because I'm not a fan of cold calling. And anyone that has like been in real estate or understand real estate honestly is a relationship business. And honestly, to get yourself in front of real estate people is you have to show up in person at their events. You have to support them because when you're just mailing a letter, basically all you're doing is trying to solicit business from them. That's all you're doing. And sometimes they're looking like, okay, well, we already have a process. So, a lot of notaries are mailing letters, like I'm telling you, but a lot of notaries are not at the events. And that's 100%. For the most part, there's not a lot of loan signing agents going to the real estate events. That's not happening. So I don't have no letter. Sometimes too, I feel like cold calling is some people do it, but honestly, I feel like the best way is actually getting in there, that network, attending their events, and then you could start doing stuff like this, mailing the letter. Because the thing is, they know who you are now. They like, oh, that's the girl that she comes to every event, you know. And that's what I recommend, Miss Shonda. Let me see. I'm seeing questions on my phone, but not on the screen. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so I'm not even gonna try to say this name. So what happens? No, I skipped the company. So hopefully, Miss Shonda, that did answer your question. All right. So, and hold on, before I go to your question, so Miss M&S Mobile Notary, yes, we are supposed to follow the instructions of the signing company, but some people are printing all the documents on one legal size only. And I've seen some people say they got away with it because no one said nothing, but I guess I'm just a firm believer just following the directions. So, whatever makes people happy. Here we have Mr. I'm just gonna go with Azteca. What happens if a notary has a client sign the wrong document or forget to tell the client to sign something? You're gonna go back out there and get the fix, to be honest with you. And then too, you gotta make sure it's get fixed in a timely manner. And also a lot of things was happening, guys. So now, because there's so many people really starting this business now, and there are a lot of people making mistakes. So now these signing companies are getting a lot stricter. Um, they are docking people's pay now. I mean, they've been doing it, but before it was kind of like, oh, you made that mistake, it's all right. Just go back out there and do it. But now you make a mistake, they taking it off your check, like for sure. And normally they disclose that in the signing instructions. So if a client, what happens if a notary has a client sign the wrong document? So if someone signs something wrong, honestly, that's your fault. So you have to go out there and make sure you get that corrected and fixed. Let's say if you're at the signing table and the signer signs off on the wrong area. That's why it's so important for everyone whenever you're doing those copies to make sure that those copies are correct. Them copies are not printed double sided. Them copies are the same exact way. Those copies are the same exact way as the one on the copies are the same way as the ones that you're signing. To be honest, that's exactly what you have to do. But to be honest, you have to go out there and fix that mistake. And sometimes too, what can happen if you make so many mistakes, the signing company just won't use you no more, or if they use you, it's like, dang. this is like, I gotta use this person. You know what I'm saying? But depending on how often you're making the mistakes, they probably won't even use you no more and just, X you out there thing and keep it moving. So hopefully that answered your question. So we have Miss Sean from Texas. Where would you recommend me going for general notary work? I recommend that you create your Google business page so that you can get your general notary work going on. That is what works, and that's what worked for me. What's a common mistake? So, um, as far as like with loan signings, shoot, it's a whole list of them. To be honest with you, Miss Shonda, what did you do? If you don't mind me asking, because you said I did. Um, let me see. Common mistakes. Let me see. Taking loan signing appointments and then asking the borrower to reschedule the time. Like for example, we have notary signing agents who are taking appointments, saying that they're available at 4, but then they call the borrower and say, I'm not available at 4. We have to do this signing at 6 o'clock. Like little stuff like that, making mistakes or people printing the documents front and back. That's a common mistake. There's so many mistakes, to be honest. Let me see. Let's go over signing in the wrong color pen. Normally, the signing company does tell you what color pen to sign in, but if your state has specific laws governing what color pen you should use, hey, Sonoshe, um, if your state has certain laws on governing what color pens you need to use, then you do that. But that's a very common mistake. Another mistake is not verifying the identity of the borrower. Some That's a lot. That's a huge mistake that people make. Not shipping these documents off on time. So, for example, if you got to sign in at 8 in the morning, you need to make sure that those loan documents are dropped off at FedEx that day. There's no reason why you should be dropping off loan documents 2 days prior or the next day. To be honest, that's a very common mistake that people are doing. Um, Man, I think I can go on. Maybe poor customer service at the signing table. Um, People really not guiding the borrower through the closing a little bit. Probably just giving unsolicited advice at the table. I mean, there's so many mistakes, to be honest. Okay, well, I don't think it's okay. Hold on, I'm gonna go to that question real quick. So, it said it must be more than just creating the Google business page because I mean, what's your business name? I mean, that plays a big factor too. Also, too, you can have a Google business, but do you have a website? Do you got reviews on your Google business page? There's many different factors, but I to answer her question was what was the best way to get work, and Google business is the best way to get work. But there's also little many things that you have to make sure that you do. Let's see. So Lisa Lee asks, any decent signing services you recommend for newbies? To be honest, I never recommend a specific signing service, and I will tell you why. Because as a newbie, you need to just be signing up for signing companies. And to be honest with you, some of them, I mean, there's like some companies who do not. Yes, Lisa Lee, I'm answering your question now. To be honest, some signing companies, um, it's only a few of them that want experienced notaries. To be honest, so I don't have a specific company that only hire notaries. I always tell you just sign up for as many, just keep signing up for the companies. I gave a list the other day of like 100 something companies that you could sign up with. I don't never recommend them. And the only reason I don't recommend because to be honest, when you start signing up for some of the companies, even if you don't necessarily qualify for them at that moment, you are still in their directory. So once when you do qualify, then they'll start calling you and sending you those notifications. So I don't have anything that I recommend for newbies. And for every student, honestly, that's in my training program, and with the signing companies I gave them, and also the ones I gave, like the same ones I gave y'all, I gave them too on top of my list that I have. to be honest, they are getting work and they're brand new. And I mean, these people never did loan closings, just got their commissions. So there's no certain companies that I would just recommend, because to be honest, I feel like what will happen is you'll start cherry picking and you're not going to receive assignments. You only receive assignments based upon how many companies you have actually sign up for. So the more signing companies you sign up for, the more chances of you receiving emails to receive these loan closings. So hopefully, Miss Lisa, that did answer your question. Here in Massachusetts and attorney state, how do I market? I'm a newbie. So first of all, to answer your question, SnapDocs is not considered a signing company. SnapDocs is what brings the signing service and the notary signing agents together. So that, just to clarify that, that's what SnapDocs is. To be honest, I'm not in Massachusetts, but I do know that in the other attorney states, it's still the same process. People still sign up for signing companies. Signing companies are still present in these attorney states, even though the closings are supposed to be conducted by attorneys. Signing companies are still in these states, so it's still the same process. To be honest, and everyone that I've seen successful in the signing, in the attorney states, they're still signing up for signing companies. All they're doing is making sure that the attorney is present, and also you need to make sure that the attorney is present. You need to, when you receive the signing, you need to make sure that you ask the person, will the attorney be present? And that's it. And yes or no. And if they not, and you tell them they need to have them present, and that's it. It's really simple, to be honest. But I know sometimes, we get all this information. Let's see, where can a person find general notary work? So as far as finding general notary work, to be honest, general notary work is something that you can build for it to come to you. Now you can go out there and market your general notary work, at sometimes at like local hospitals. But how I always gauge the situation was I tried to learn my area. Um, and how I pretty much did it was, once when I had set up my Google business, I would pay attention to where I was receiving phone calls from. So say for example, every single day I received a phone call from this particular car dealership. Every day I went there every single day because they called me every day. Now, in my particular area, I look like, well, maybe I should try out the other car dealerships. So the best way, honestly, to get general notary work, honestly, 100% is the Google business page. I'm telling you, that is what works. On top of having your website with your Google business page and making sure that you have reviews on that Google business page, that is how you get general notary work. There's no platform like SnapDocs that's just, they only solely give out general notary work. It doesn't necessarily work like that. Now, there are companies on SnapDocs that sometimes will give general notary work assignments, such as like some attorney offices will sign up with SnapDocs and they'll push out assignments, because sometimes you'll see like deed signings and stuff like that, but there's no platform solely just giving out general notary work. General notary work is about learning about what is needed in your particular area and learning exactly, how you can get in. I see some people do adoptions. So to be honest, with general notary work, it's all about learning. It's all about learning your area and learning what your area needs. I know some areas, they car dealerships is a thing. Here, the car dealership had no need. I had no need to walk in there, like zero need to walk up in there. To be honest with you all, no need at all. So to answer that question, there's to get general notary work, you really have to go out there and build your online presence, is what we pretty much call it for the general notary work. Can I do general notary work if I haven't completed the NNA test? So when you say NNA test, are you talking about the loan signing test? Just to clarify, Mr. Ron, because I really just don't want to jump to conclusions and assume. I think I know what you're talking about, but I really don't want to do too much assuming today. Let me see if I have any comments that were filtered. Because I realized YouTube be filtering my comments. So now I be having to pull it up on my phone for you all. Okay, no, I didn't filter nothing. All right, so hopefully Miss Sharon. Hey, Sanoshe. So just to clarify with general notary work, he asking about a test. So no, you don't need. So in order to do general notary work, you do not have to pass the loan signing agent test to do general notary work. In order for you to be able to do local work in your area, um, you have to be a commission notary. Make sure that you met the requirements of your state. If your state required training, you will make sure you taken that state training, and that's how you'll be able to do general notary work. In order to do loan signings, you do have to take the NNA certification loan signing test. Hopefully that cleared that up for you, Sharon, or I think it's Sharon, if I'm not mistaken. So when is an embosser you starting out? Do I have to have one? So honestly, this boils down to what particular state you're in. I see some states is required, some states is not. Here in the state of Texas, we don't use that. A regular person doesn't really just use that. A person who's just doing general notary work doesn't do that. Normally, that is from like the state offices they use those. So Lisa Lee, you will have to refer back to your particular state. I'm not sure what state you're in. I don't think you told me what state you're in, or you could have, and I just missed it. But let me see whatever questions we have. What? We have 30 minutes. I'm hungry too. I didn't eat today. Did I? Oh, I missed call. Ooh. Huh? All right, let me see. I'm trying to pull up the questions again. One more. I want to do like two more questions. Um, I know. I want some crabs, actually. She said, if you're not prepared, wait till you are. Absolutely, guys. There's absolutely no rush to like really get started, to be honest. Like, we don't have to be out here trying to kill ourselves for these jobs and stuff like that. I always say take the time to get educated a little bit, but don't be taking too much time now. Hold on, let me take that back because some of y'all gonna use that as an excuse to not start no business out here. Like that's not what we're not going to do. We're not going to do that. Educate yourself, but also execute at the same time. Don't be out here just like what I'm saying. Like, how about this? Don't tell me you've been a notary for 6 months and you was like, yeah, I took all the trainings. I watched everybody YouTube video, and I'm just trying to figure. No, man, no, 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 no. You you need to be doing some closings, like what I'm saying. As soon as you get your commission, start training and taking action. You know, Pause the videos, take the action. You know, that's what we do. We don't need to be doing all this taking just taking our time 3 months, 6 months. No, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. Because some people use it as an excuse on why they're not started. I need a business checking and it's on and popping. Hey, yeah, guys. So make sure you have those separate accounts when you start this business. That's another thing that some people may not talk about, but make sure you have a separate business banking account. Let me see. It's so many. Some of these questions have been answered. This is a good question. Should one put a price list on Google Business page? To be honest, now I never put no price list on there. The only price list that was ever put on there was the Notarial Act fees price list. And I want to tell you why I didn't put no price list on there because I can't. The thing is, I did not want to be on the site and say, well, your website says it's only $6. So I'm trying to understand where this come from or stuff like that. Because when you pricing your services, to be honest, that price really gonna vary. To be honest. So no, I don't put no price list on the website. If you're gonna put a price list, it should just be the notarial acts. And then also tell them that there is a travel fee that will incur. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Ain't we don't need to be putting no price list on there. Some people do. I don't. It might be depending on your area, but I'm no one's gonna be calling me trying to go back and forth with me on the website, and I got to explain all these things. So no, I don't put no price list because the price really. Hey Cynthia, how are you? The price list honestly will honestly it will vary. Like it will just vary. It's just so many different factors. To be honest, there are so many different factors. Let's see. So, how much training to be completed before you take your first signings on 25% in my training course? So, hmm. All right. So this is when I think you should start doing it. So, yeah, no price. Right, right. Let me see. I'm trying to think what things you should have set up. So before you start taking your first signing, besides this the training, I think the biggest thing is having your business actually set up. So make sure you have an invoicing system set up. Make sure you have that's going to be like one of the biggest things. But to be honest, I don't know what training program you're taking, so I don't know when you say 25%. I don't, because in my mind, I'm like 25% kind of low. Maybe if you're like 75% into the training, then you can start doing some loan signings. But what I mean, as far as like before taking, starting, I'm talking about as in the sense of, setting up that business, because some people just train all day and then they're not doing anything. So they're not setting up their business. They don't have no website. They don't have nothing. They're just watching videos, writing all these notes, have a whole entire book of notes, but they don't have none of their nothing is done. You understand what I'm saying? Like nothing, they haven't done nothing. Here Cynthia said due diligence go a long way. Absolutely it do. Cynthia had started. I remember when Cynthia started. She was brand new. I remember Cynthia. Um so really honestly, at least maybe about 75% done. But I don't know like what you have taken. So let me see. Due diligence go a long way. But I think that's it. I'm because it's almost at 45 minutes and I am hungry. Do you still recommend his website? Oh, someone asked me about that. Well, Notarized Institute. What? Hold on, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I be struggling with the comments sometimes because I be trying to make sure I understand it. Will will the notary institution? I don't know. When you set up the Google business page. So June, what's going on? I've been having a problem with getting signings from the BankServe app. I click as soon as I click, it's going within less than 2 seconds. A lot of people are on that app, June. Um, to be honest, as soon as I click, it's going within less than 2 seconds. June. Well, June, you know what? I'm happy that you're actually receiving some assignments because I actually remember when you wasn't receiving like much. So that is a good thing. It kind of reminds me of signature closings if I think about it, to be honest. So maybe someone else on here can help her out, but if something's taking it, taking, you probably just gotta be quicker. I don't know what's going on. It's notarizing people from MI. Notarized taking people from Michigan. Remember when I was just on the waiting list? Oh, you talking about notarized with the online notarization thing, so don't you? Okay, hold on. So someone said, no, that's not really important. All right, well, I'm thinking we'll hop off because I gotta go eat and I'm hungry and I'm getting tired. I probably won't really eat nothing really because this is pretty late at night. Yeah, I figured it was Michigan, but I was just trying to understand. Oh, I guess she was talking about notarized. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just assuming that. But everyone, thank you all. Hopefully I can try to hold some more Q&A sessions for you all Make sure you bring some questions. Um, these Q&A sessions, honestly, is the best way to get your questions answered. It is very hard to answer because now I do have a little team that's getting set up in the back to answer some of the questions, but it's still hard. So it's very, very easy, honestly, to just get your questions answered live so that everyone can hopefully get the answers. And then it's just easier on everybody because I do have other people managing my social media and my pages now. So, even in the comments, it's not all. I do get a chance to go in there and try to reply to certain things, as I can. But guys, I'm gonna be honest with you all. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. People comment on old videos, new videos, and I'm all over the place. And next thing you know, I probably done spent 3 hours replying to comments just on YouTube, and that's not even including Facebook or Instagram. So it is a lot. So another thing too, I did launch some new dates for April for the the notary training, the notary signing agent training live workshop. Right now we are in March, but I did launch April dates. I did get a virtual assistant. That's the thing, Sonoche. I did get a virtual assistant, so I do have some help now. But it's still a lot. It's still a lot because I be trying to help her too. It's still a lot of things to do. But I did launch the April dates for the live training workshop. Actually, let me get the links for you all. In the law training workshop, I do teach you how to set up your notary signing agent business. I teach you the loan documents. I teach you how to be confident with the loan documents. I do have like some call scripts in there as far as like for general notary work. With the Savvy Notary Training Workshop, you do learn general notary work. So I teach you exactly how to set up that business, how to get closings, where to market. I do have a signing list that I do provide to you all for the training. Let me pull up this link. It's a lot going on my screen. I don't want nobody to know. Let me see. Instagram. I think Instagram is the easiest way to do it. That's what I need. Yes, and no Shay, you be all in the lives. So now you need to come to the training, so no Shay. You need to come on in because you've been supporting me for a while now, and I appreciate it. All right, let me see. All right, so here's the Savvy Notary Training Workshop. So it's a live training session, and not only is it live, you do get access to all the replays. On top of, you do get access to pre-recorded videos of me going through the loan documents. And at the end of the Savvy Notary Training Workshop, my goal is to make sure that you are confident enough. Well, you not are, but you will be confident enough to actually take on your first loan signing. And then also you'll be receiving loan signings. And honestly, guys, in this process, like just be patient. I promise you, you will get closings. I know we all get anxious and we're like, I want closings. I need closings, and I'm just going to give an example. Like I literally had a student who used to call me every day and like, I'm not receiving the work and it was a lot, what I'm saying? And I do take it, I take it my personal responsibility, to be honest. Like when someone calls me and they went through my training program and they tell me they not getting no work, it does hurt me because I'm like, well, why aren't you getting no work? Because are you doing the steps and stuff? And she did do the steps, but she just had to be patient. And now, like honestly, she is extremely busy. Like she don't even call me anymore. And that's a lot of people. I don't even hear from a lot of my students no more. And that's simply because they're busy. I will have hopefully some videos coming up with my students. I'm not a fan of following all the trends. I really don't want to do a whole bunch of interviews and all that extra stuff with them because my students like to be private and they like to make their money and take care of their family. And that's pretty much it. And that is the goal. I want for everybody to be able to make their money, to take care of their family and stuff like that. So I look forward to seeing you all in the training workshop. Did I put the link in here? I did not. I did not. I look forward to seeing you all in the workshop. I really do. Sino says she used to be one. Oh, you welcome, Patience. Patience, I gotta set up a call with you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Or you, Cynthia, Shawnee. All right. Let me say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go, everybody. So, oh, my connection going down. Yeah, my connection is definitely bad. But everyone, you have an amazing night. I see you all Friday. I see you all Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with me and Samantha on Sign the Seal, and we're gonna go over some things about trademarking your business name, setting up that business formation, the LLC, and everything. Just some steps that you should take. But that's all I have, and you all have an amazing day. Amazing night. Bye. Yes, patience, we do. Yes, ma'am. But everyone, toodles.